Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you're watching on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. And if you're watching here live or on the replay on my Facebook, make sure number one that you say hi in comments below, but number two, that if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, that you swing by and get yourself subscribed. My monthly March tarot scopes are going to be released soon, and you want to make sure that you're subscribed so you can get notifications for when those get released. So let's talk about this energy that we have going on. So when I do my energy and angel readings, this is the messages that you need to know for the week. What is the collective energy, the energy for all of us look like? And what are the questions we need to be considering? What are the messages that we need to know? What do we need to know to best navigate this week? So I want to start with, I did post a video, a really quick TikTok video on the 2-2 portal or the February 22nd portal. And I do feel like I just want to focus on this because this is an opening, right? And I feel like it's a powerful opening, although we might not necessarily see that coming in right away. Hi, Jen. So what we want to do is just trust. So what this looks like, let me back up. So what this looks like is the 222 portal, 222 in angel numbers is very much about you being exactly where you're supposed to be in the moment. So I find that 222 will show up to just really validate that I'm on track with things, that I'm moving in the right direction. And it also is a sign that things are going to work out for the long term. So to trust the process, right? And so it is this energy as we pass this date that I feel like is really important. I feel like this year especially is very important, that we are really moving in the direction, continually moving in the direction of being supported with living a more purposeful life. And so you're going to see that things are going to be happening, signs, synchronicities, magical little things happening to help support you on your best life path. So your job is to kind of notice what's showing up for you. Notice if you're feeling called to make a change. Notice if you're feeling like all of a sudden you're interested in something new that you weren't interested in before, or you're interested in exploring or learning more about something, because this is connected in some way to you living your best life path, to you living your most purposeful life. So notice that stuff and notice what's coming up for you over the next couple of months or so. But it also is just that, this validation that the things that are destined for us, the things that are meant for us, are, if they haven't already arrived, are heading into our experience in the right timing. So our job is simply to just hold in excitement about that, right? And we can get really discouraged when things don't manifest in the way that we want them to manifest. Or in the right timing that we want them to manifest. But this is really about holding that excited energy and trusting that it's coming, trusting that whatever is meant for you, whatever is destined for you, whatever is supposed to happen is coming. And so holding that excited energy, that Christmas morning energy, or the night before Christmas morning, that Christmas Eve energy of something exciting really is coming into my life. And if you can hold that energy over this next week or so, that's really going to help to manifest some things. I think that that's really important. I also feel like it's funny because we just wrapped up Mercury retrograde, right? Which tends to have us going back, looking in the past, that kind of stuff. But I feel like we have a little bit of like this leftover energy, because the thing that I felt most called to talk about is in noticing where old habits are knocking at your door, right? Where are old habits trying to come back into your life? Where are you starting to slip back into some old habits that you've already successfully changed, but all of a sudden we're letting our guards down and we're letting that stuff just sort of happen? And that's the way that brains work, right? Is that when we have habits, we have created a pathway in the brain. And so that pathway still exists, even if we have made some pretty powerful changes in our life. And so it's easy to fall back into old habits. And I think this week especially, you're going to want to be really mindful of that. You're going to want to pay attention to that, because I think there's a lot of potential for those to come back in. So just thinking about like some major changes, or even minor changes that you've made for yourself, just in terms of your health and well-being over the past several months or the past year, or some changes that you've made in regard to relationship dynamics in your life, or your mindset, the way that you perceive things, or just like habits, just those little things that you know are helpful to you that maybe you've been adding in, that you've been maybe working in, and you're finding that you're letting those go to the wayside, or you're letting some habits that don't serve you creep back in. And this is your reminder to not let that back in. Don't let it back in. Don't open the door. And if you already have opened the door, this is that time. This is your reminder. This is your message to redirect that back, because there is a reason that you made that change in the first place. Right? There's a reason. Maybe it made you feel bad. Maybe it was leading you down a path where you weren't healthy in mind, body, and spirit. Maybe you recognize that it wasn't serving you. You just got tired of your own bullshit, right? We've been talking a lot about that for the past several months. Where are you tired of your own bullshit? And a lot of us have made changes. So it's like, we don't want to fall back into that. We want to continue to progress. So where am I falling back into old habits, and what do I need to do about it? And I think a lot of times, like, we already had the answer in a lot of cases, right? We are already doing the things, and we just need to kind of get back into that habit. We just need to shift back into what we are doing to continue to support ourselves, to continue to move on that positive path that we had set ourselves up for. I also feel like with the energy, there's some stuff going on with time, okay? And I felt this whole year and a little bit longer, and some people have commented on this to me, that time feels funny. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. But some of you will know exactly what I mean, where it feels like sometimes time is moving slower, where it feels like sometimes time is moving faster. And I'm finding that as our planet is ascending, as our planet is taking on more and more positive energy, that time is shifting a little bit, because our experience as human beings is that time is linear. This is not really the truth, right? And we obviously experience here that we have limited time, and that there is a timing to things, and that there is a progression of things. But the reality is that we're actually experiencing everything all at once. And so we have this ability to access different timelines, and I'm going too far down the rabbit hole with this, but what I want to talk about is just, number one, noticing time. And I want you to use time to your advantage, right? So notice where you feel like you've got a little extra time carved into your day, and use that time in a positive way, right? Put it into something that is purposeful, that is good for you, that is in alignment with these positive habits that you've maybe set up for yourself. Use that time in a way that feels purposeful and good for you. This is not a great time to be wasting time. On the other hand, I also am seeing there is a little bit of this hurry up and wait energy with the collective energy, right? Where it's like we want all of these things to happen, but things are moving a little bit slower. And I think that it's really important to recognize that, especially as like we're stepping into this full moon that we have coming up on Saturday. Like, one of the big energies that come with that, I feel like, is I get the word balance, right? And that's the energy of this year, is balance for all of us, right? But very much right now, it's like making sure that we are getting ourselves into a balance in our lives in every area that we possibly can. And so, in terms of like being frustrated with the timing of things, or why hasn't it happened yet, or why isn't this moving forward, I think that we can get so caught up in that number one, we're actually blocking the manifestation of the things that we want. But number two, we're really supposed to be putting our energy into finding that balance and just trusting in our higher power, trusting that that is going to be delivered in divine timing, but also not worrying so much about the timing. And I know that's hard. I get frustrated too. There's certain things that I want to have happen, and you can get frustrated and it feels like you're waiting, and we want to make it move forward. But it's just really important that we're instead bringing ourselves back to enjoying the journey, that we are focusing on balance, that we are focusing on enjoying the journey, focusing on what we have happening right now. And that really is the fastest way to move things forward anyway. So coming to that and focusing on that energy of enjoying the journey. And being, the other thing is like just really focusing on being the absolute best version of you right now that you can possibly be. And that is really, really important. And that is going to help you to work with the way that time feels funny. And I want you to understand, part of the message here with the timing too is just like the angels will show me like instant manifestation is absolutely possible. And understand that there are some things that when they move forward, they are going to move forward so quickly. So much so that sometimes like it's like, whoa, like I need a minute to adjust, right? And so know that too. And when we're focused on the journey and we're just allowing ourselves to enjoy the journey, we can also enjoy the lull or the downtime before things move forward. And because I feel like there are some things that are going to move forward and they're going to just move forward really quickly because time is funny right now. Time feels different right now. So just let yourself be exactly where you're at and try to enjoy the journey. As we are focusing on moving forward into this energy, I think the other question is, and this is really tied to the habits and the changes that we've made, who do you want to be moving forward? Who do you really want to be? What do you want your life to look like? What is the life that you are excited about? And I think a huge focus, a huge part of finding this balance, a huge thing that you should be reflecting on is who you want to be and what's the kind of life that you want to create, and putting your energy into that, but also being patient. Also understanding that, okay, I'm setting intentions for who I want to be, and I'm taking actions in the direction of who I want to be, but I'm also understanding that God, the universe, whatever, is going to show up for me in exactly the way that I need, in exactly the timing that I need. So again, patience is required, but how can I come back to myself and just focus on who do I want to be? How can I be the best version of me right now under the circumstances that I have currently, and how can I find this balance? I feel like we're in this place with this this full moon that we have coming forward on Saturday too, of just being more clear on things. I think we can expect some clarity on things. I think we do have more clarity on things from a couple of weeks ago. I think we can recognize that we're being inspired. I think there's a lot of inspiration coming through this week. So where are you feeling creative? Where are you feeling inspired? What are the ideas that are coming through? Pay attention to those. Those are important. And then pay attention to the actions that you're feeling called to take to follow up to that inspiration. The other word that I get around this week, but around this full moon, is freedom. And this just keeps coming up, right? This is definitely a theme that has expanded and extended through several months. And this is about, what do you need to feel free in your life? And what do you need to change to allow your life to feel more free? Okay? And I really want you to think about that question, because this isn't about just clearing all the responsibility off of your plate. Okay, this isn't that. This is about what do I really need in my life to feel free? And in some ways, I think having responsibilities or having things that we are doing, especially if they're aligned with our purpose, especially if they are aligned with us living our most balanced, best life, sometimes freedom includes incorporating things that help us to be balanced, that help us to help things to run more smoothly, right? So you don't get to just clear everything out, but it's more about what is truly infringing upon my freedom, what is truly making me feel stuck, what is making me feel like I'm not able to live a life that feels free and light and joyful and peaceful. And this is a good time to think about, how do I let that go? How do I release that? Or how do I begin to take steps toward releasing it with this energy of the full moon that we have coming up? So those are your weekly messages. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and I always appreciate it when you share my videos or tag your friends below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.